Good day, everyone. Welcome to the show that focuses on the OFWs and the agencies who help them find jobs overseas, even if it means to be away to their family and loved ones during the holidays and Christmas season. That makes them blue, but still it's okay, right?
May chance naman maging white and bright ang Christmas, especially if you get to spend it in a land where snow falls on Christmas Day.
And of course, Christmas could also be red, which is a color of passion and excitement for our OFWs who, you know, after a long while, would have the chance to spend Christmas and New Year with their families. At yan po ang tema ng ating show today, which is a blue, white, and red Christmas. And speaking of good news, alam nyo ba that there is going to be a wonderful event on December 21, starting December 21. When you look at the night sky, 5 minutes after the sun goes down, you will be able to see the Christmas star.
Christmas star.
Christmas star, di ba may
Yeah, that's the same star that the wise men followed. So they followed it and they were led to baby Jesus.
Oh, yun yung sinasabi nila na this is probably what the wise men followed kasi according to the experts, the planet Saturn and the planet Jupiter actually will be aligned and it will become a bright light in the sky. The last time that it actually happened was in 1226, over 800 years ago.
Wow. Oh, yeah, really, yeah. I've also heard about that sa mga nakakatanda, gaya mo. Okay, nakwento nila sa atin. Nakwento nila sa amin, and you know, what a treat, no? So I'll research more about that because I'm very interested the alignment of Saturn and Jupiter and when is the best time to watch it.
Actually, the best time to watch it, like I said, is about 5 minutes after sundown.
Ni-research mo talaga?
Oh, talagang ni-research ko. And you can actually, gamitin niya, binoculars or telescope, bitbitin niyo yung pamilya. It's a nice bonding session. You can actually show it to your families and then be able to teach them. Lalo na ngayon, ang mga bata ay nag-aaral lang sa bahay. So,
yes, correct.
Pwede mong turuan si Sean, di ba? Ayan, si Jupiter tsaka si Saturn.
Yeah, exactly. It is really a nice bonding session, whether side by side or worlds apart. But alam mo naman dito sa PASEI, kadalasan na nakausap natin is mga OFWs. So normal ang worlds apart. Yeah, but underneath the same big sky. Oh, kantahan na naman tayo. Kanta yun, di ba? Are you
somewhere out there.
Kala ko somewhere over the rainbow.
Beneath the... Hindi, beneath the pale moonlight.
Mali-mali na lyrics.
Mali-mali.
Hindi ko kapanahonan.
Uy, ano yun? Disney cartoon yun.
Welcome po! Isa namang masayang, madamdamin at mapusong kwentuhan ang ihahatid namin sa inyo. At kami ang inyong kaisa,
kapartner,
at kapasay. At ito po ang Dayo Buhay OFW.
Dayo Buhay OFW would like to thank
Welcome back to Dayo Buhay OFW. Alam niyo po tayong mga Pilipino, pag pinag-usapan natin ang Christmas at saka ang New Year, ang nasa isip natin parate ay reunion, family get-togethers, kung mas maraming tao, mas masaya, kamustahan, kantahan, sayawan, basta kaguluhan. 'Di ba? Pagkain, tsaka laro. 'Yun yung normally pumapasok sa atin, 'di ba, Joanne?
Yes, of course. And for our kababayans overseas, whether it may be for OFW or immigrants, this is normally the time na nag-homesickness sila. So if ever may choice lang sana sila that they will go home, let's say 2 weeks, and then after New Year, they can go back. But then, you know, there are so many things to consider and, you know, work beckons and they have to sacrifice kasi hindi posible sometimes. Even if they will be away from their family and they will be thousands of miles away from their loved ones.
Alam mo, medyo mahirap man sabihin, pero itong mga time na to, sabi mo nga for OFWs, no, sometimes it can be a time of sadness.
Yeah.
Nakakalungkot naman. But that's the reality of our situation, right? Being Filipinos, as we try to
Yes.
look for a better future for our family, these are some of the things we would like to embrace. And this is the same reality for one of our guests, for our guest today, Miss Marica De la Cruz, who left recently lang for Taiwan. Let's check on her. Kamusta, Marica?
Hello po.
Hello, good day. And joining us in our discussion is the agency who helped Marica achieve her dreams for her family. Let's welcome the president of EyeQuest International Manpower Services, the very friendly, the woman with the big heart, and the brave Miss Nangan.
Good morning po, PASEI family. Good morning. In Chinese nga, Zhaoan.
Yes. Can you introduce us about EyeQuest Manpower International Services Incorporated, and who are your principals? Where do you send our OFWs, and how long have you been in the business?
Hi, good morning, Joanne. Well, EyeQuest was established as early as 2001, and then it became a corporation in 2004, wherein I became the president then. Almost 90% of our deployed workers are for Taiwan factory workers. And I think more or less we have sent around maybe about 10,000 people already there in different manufacturing companies in Taiwan. And majority of them are in semicon and of course electronics.
Ana, napansin ko rin sa logo nyo na EyeQuest, anong standout is yung EQ. So can you tell me what, alam natin, meron tayong mga idea what EQ means, pero in your words, what does EQ stand for as far as EyeQuest is concerned?
Actually, it stands for emotional quotient. Okay, and you know for a fact that, we always aspire to the highest, kind of services, not only to our foreign principal, but of course to our fellow kababayan who sacrifice, their being away with their family just to be able to have a very good, income generating work, of course, in Taiwan.
All right. So, Miss Anna, you've been very active in the industry. So, what do you think is your Christmas gift for the industry? And can you also share to us your best practices that you consider that your business became successful?
Okay, I think most of us, suffered a lot during the pandemic, but since I think it was about maybe in May that we started our nightly prayer meeting, to equip us not only of course, not only for moral or emotional, but more on the spiritual. Because we are the ones supposed to be giving inspiration not only to our staffs but also to our workers, especially yung long waiting nila. We had a long ECQ which was extended, several times, and then of course there was this a big threat for us because we are one of the top 20 highest COVID-19 positive. So it took a lot of months for me to encourage my foreign principals, especially in Taiwan, to still, get our, the job order that they have given to us as early as January. And also, I have to really be updated, with the current status that time on how to protect my staffs, of course, the workers. And also I made to a point that I do all the proactive preparation for health protocols. I think I also shared with you that, even during ECQ, we also monitor our workers there. And I am constantly in communication with all my foreign placement agencies, as well as the foreign principals. And I think what is my best practice. Even before the pandemic, my office offers free Mandarin training. At the same time, I made sure that every step of their application, like before they engage with a certain principal, they had series of orientation. First, my in different departments like the manpower pooling department, they have at least 3 orientations there. Okay, they introduce, of course, the company profile. At the same time, before the interview, we also made sure that the workers are equipped, because it's very hard for us to deploy if the worker is not ready. And after they were selected, of course, before the signing of employment contract, we have to introduce to them, what Taiwan is, the culture, the language, the ethical standards when it comes to production, especially on the quality of their performance. And before they are deployed, aside of course, the pre-orientation in PASEI, I made sure that I personally made an orientation to all my workers before deployment, regardless of what country or what category. And I think what else is my best practice? Okay. I I always tell them that learning the language, which is Mandarin, is always an advantage because I'm a pure Filipino. But I graduated in a Chinese school and even finished up as a valedictorian, not in English department, but in Chinese department. I think that's all.
So, grabe, valedictorian ng Chinese department. Ang galing. Anyway, mahirap na maging valedictorian ng normal na department. Maging valedictorian ka pa ng Chinese. Medyo but okay. So, one of our guests this morning or today, one of our guests is one of your workers, one of your OFWs, si Marica. Now, it's Christmas, so I would like to do you have a Christmas message? We'd like to invite you to give a Christmas message to all the people that have been deployed by EyeQuest, to your workers who are still waiting for their deployments, and to Marica. Have the floor, madam.
Yeah. Hi, Marica. I'm so happy that you passed the PCR test, and I'm also very happy more than ever that you're there already in Taiwan, in spite of the long waiting. So, we've talked before you were deployed, right? So we had a Zoom orientation from me, right? And I always, somehow tell you that the importance of prayer, especially at this time. So I belong in a poor family, we're not rich. My father is an OFW in Saudi as early as I think that was 1980s, and my mother is a struggling businesswoman then, and I'm the eldest, and I have to work hard just to be able to reach my dreams. But definitely, Marica, sa lahat ng pagdadaanan mo, if you have the faith and trust in God, definitely He will give you strength. So, sabi nga ng mga Koreano, fighting, Marica.
Very well said, Miss Anna. Marica, anong nangyari? Parang naiyak ka na? Na-homesick ka na ba?
Medyo po.
Medyo. I hope you'll be okay, ah? First time mo ba mag-abroad?
Yes po.
Oo, first time
First timer po.
Magpapasko pa. So mahirap
Papasko,
'yun.
oo. Meron ka bang response doon sa message sa iyo ni Madam Ana?
Meron po. Ma'am Ana, thank you po sa opportunity na binigay niyo po sa akin and sa mga iba po namin kasamahan. Maraming salamat po. God bless po, Ma'am Ana. Thank you so much po. More power po sa EyeQuest.
Thank you.
Okay, I know you're very emotional right now. For sure, it's very visible that na homesick ka na, Marica. So, I hope we could cheer you up in our own little way. So, anyways, so I was asking earlier, why did you choose EyeQuest as your agency?
Yung EyeQuest po, ano lang po ng asawa ko po yun. Nag-search lang po siya ng mga magandang agents. Tapos, tinry po namin mag-apply. Then, naano naman po kami na natanggap sa EyeQuest po. First time ko din po mag-apply ng sa EyeQuest po ako first time po.
Happy ka naman, of course. Kasi
Opo,
maswerte ka
masaya
dahil
po.
ang nag-handle sa'yo si Miss Ana ng EyeQuest.
Yes po, babait po
Very
ng mga
happy ka
staff.
naman.
Now,
Yes.
Marica, you just left a few weeks ago, di ba? And alam ko may
Few days.
a few days.
Yeah, and naka-quarantine pa siya ngayon sa hotel.
Okay. So can you
Oo.
tell me about the protocol that you underwent? I mean, naka-ano ko ngayon, di ba?
Yes po, naka-quarantine po.
Ganong katagal ka i-quarantine daw? And meron ba namang mga amenities dyan? Meron, inaalagaan ka naman dyan?
Yes po. Thankful po ako sa Taiwan government kasi napaka-askas po nila sa aming mga Pinoy po.
Sino mga kasama mo dyan? Meron ko bang mga ibang kasama dyan sa quarantine facility niyo?
Sa sa room po kasi solo-solo po kami. Tapos yung isa ko pong kasama, yung kasabay ko po sa ibang room po.
Okay. Naiyak na tuloy si Miss Ana para sa'yo. Mommy na mommy, oh. Tingnan
Mommy.
mo. Umiyak ang anak. Umiyak din ang nanay.
Then, syempre, yeah, it's so hard, di ba? A few days na kakaalis niya, Pasko pa, naka-quarantine pa. But, Marica, your company is very good because they are, Apple supplier. So, alam mo naman, wala kang placement fee. They will pay for your, lahat ng expenses mo dyan. They actually, they even reimbursed, Marica all her expenses from medical to all the document, papers. Kaya Marica, just continue yung pagsunod sa lahat ng health protocols dyan, Marica, especially on the 14th day. So make sure don't go out of the room. And yun nga, sa mga Taiwan po, napakahigpit po ng 14 days quarantine. So make sure you will not leave your room because there was one case na, na penalized of 150,000 NT dollar for just leaving the room in 8 seconds. So Marica, so be very obedient, okay?
Opo, ma'am. Thank you po.
Alright, Marica, what was your motivation when you decided to become an OFW? How did you decide na sabi mo sa sarili mo na eto na, answered prayer na to?
Inisip ko po kasi yung family ko, yung husband ko po kasi medyo yung sahod niya po is kulang po sa amin. Tapos sinusupport ko din po kasi yung mother ko na may sakit. Tapos yung iba ko po kapatid. Kaya nag-decide po ako na maging OFW po. Kahit po dapat po kasi December 4, 2019 po ako na natanggap. Tapos dapat po flight ko na April 16, pero nagka-lockdown po. Medyo na-stress po ako noon. Kasi nung pagod at hirap po. Pero nag-pray ako kay Lord na sana bigyan niya ako ng chance pa ulit. Then, noong October, nag-ano po si EyeQuest, nag-text na meron po kami deployment. Sobrang salamat po kay Lord na kasi matutupad yung pangarap ko para sa akin, para sa pamilya ko. Na matulungan po sila sa financial po. Yung husband ko po na nasa Saudi.
Yes, because your purpose is very good. It is for the family. Kakayanin mo yan, Marica. And Filipinos are known to be strong, right? Strong, survivor. Kaya mo yan. Kasi wag ka nang umiyak. Naiiyak si Ana. Ang ganda pa naman ng makeup niya.
Sorry po, emotional po talaga.
Yeah, we understand. Yeah, we understand. But I just want you to smile, to laugh, because I know it's also not easy, right? Right, Jay?
Yeah, oo. And actually, as far back as you can remember, alam ko magpapasko ngayon. So as far back as you can remember, ano yung pinakamasayang Pasko na naranasan mo? I mean, ikwento mo naman sa amin.
Sa syempre yung masayang Pasko, yung kumpleto family ko, tapos wala po, hindi po gano'n nagkakasakit. Tapos pag Christmas po kasi lagi madalas ako may pasok sa kaya sa gabi lang po ako yung kasama ko na po yung family ko sa gabi. Nagsisimba po ako. Salamat po kay Lord na kasama ko po yung family ko sa dumating na Christmas at sa New Year po.
Okay. So, Marica, if you will have one wish this Christmas, ano kaya ang i-wish mo?
I-wish ko po na kahit malayo po ako, sana gabayan ni Lord yung family ko. Siyempre ako po. Sana din po huwag silang magkakasakit. Para makampante po ako dito. Yun po. Tapos, bigyan po ako ni Lord ng kalakasan ng loob po para malabanan ko po itong homesickness.
Marica, you mentioned about kung ano yung kung if there was one wish, sabi mo yung sana maalagaan yung pamilya mo. And I know right now, sinong pinaka-miss mo sa pamilya mo?
Yung mama ko po sa yung baby ko.
So makakasama natin ngayon, Marica, for you. Kasama natin sa Zoom si Dwaine Rodge, your 5-year-old son, and si Lola, si Miss Vivencia Gaspan. Hello po!
Surprise!
Hello po! Surprise, Marica!
I hope na-surprise ka!
Hi, Mama!
Ayan, si Mami.
Hi, baby.
Si Mami.
Mami,
Ay, ka naman.
Hello, Dwayne!
saan ka pumunta?
Aray! Sa mama
Ingat
mo.
kayo lagi dyan, ma. Love na love ko kayo. Lagi magdadasal.
Ay.
Miss you. Love
Oh,
you.
may special guest pang isa.
Love you too,
Sino
Mami.
yan?
Love you,
Kapatid mo?
Mami daw. Dali.
Love you, Mami.
Love you too.
Marica, ano yung message mo sa anak mo at saka sa mama mo?
Yun, ma, Dwayne, lagi kayong mag-iingat. Love na love ko kayo. Ginawa ko to para sa inyo.
Dwaine, meron ka bang gustong sabihin sa mama mo?
Mami,
Ingat ka po dyan.
hinga po dyan ikaw. Ito ba ang dyan
Opo.
ba? Tulog si Mami?
So, okay daw sabi.
Mami,
Po.
dyan ka ba matutulog?
Opo. Uuwi din si Mami.
Saan?
Uuwi ako dyan, malapit na.
Napakatagal mo, bukas umuwi ka na dito
Opo, sige.
Kita na nga rin.
Opo, sige. Uuwi na ako, malapit na. Aral ka mabuti dyan, ha?
Opo.
Ayaw.
Ay, opo sabihin mo.
Bakit po?
Bakit daw?
Wala. Hindi ako.
Lalaro eh. Hindi ka iniintipin ng anak mo.
Mag-aral ka po dyan, ha? Mag-aral ka mabuti. Para kay Mami.
Opo, sabihin mo opo.
Sabi na mama, dadalhin daw ako sa Taiwan. Ayoko nang dumala.
Pag dadalhin ka sa Taiwan ni Mami. Malaki ka na.
Ayaw.
Ayaw mo.
Nanay?
Ayaw.
Tama si Mami.
Hindi pupunta si mami doon sa Taiwan.
Nanay, may message ba kayo kay Marica?
Mag-ingat lang po siya dyan.
Yun lang.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
very short and sweet
Baka,
message.
yung puso mo.
Ulo.
How do you feel,
Naiiyak.
Marica?
Hindi ako umiiyak. Nakangiti ako.
Ako umiiyak.
Huwag ka iiyak kasi yung puso mo. Eh, naiiyak.
Naiyak tuloy ako. Marica, halimbawa lang na kasama mo sila this Christmas. Ano yung plano mo sana?
Uwa.
Since may pandemic naman po, so bahay lang po kami
Halimbawa, walang pandemic.
Siyempre, mas ko po kami, mamasyal din po kami.
Alam mo, talagang normal sa Pilipino yun, ang celebration is lalabas para kumain. Talagang pagkain. No? So, Marica, what would be your Christmas wish for your lola and for Dwaine?
Wish ko lang po sa kanila na tatagan din po nila yung loob nila. Malayo ako, tapos gusto ko po lagi silang safe. Okay po. O pagka okay sila, okay din po ako dito sa Taiwan.
Marica, deep in your heart, what is your wish for your son and for your mother who is taking good care of your son?
Para po sa anak ko, gusto ko po maging mabait siyang bata, mag-aral po siyang mabuti. Kasi nagkasakripisyo po ako para sa kanya. Sa mama ko po. Gusto ko pong maging maganda po yung buhay nila. Kaya po ako nandito sa Taiwan, nagkasakripisyo. Gusto kong mabigay po lahat ng pangailangan nila.
Thank you very much, Marica. Baby Dwaine Rodge and Ma'am Bibiana. Merry Christmas po sa lahat at sana sa aming maliit na paraan ay nagbigay kami ng kaunting kasayahan sa inyo. Magpapasalamat kami for the technology and everything to be able to do this. And again, Merry Christmas.
And we also would like to thank ang umiiyak ngayon na si Miss Anna Nangan. Thank you so much to you, Miss Anna Nangan, and for your quality, for your efficiency, and for the emotional quotient that you bring into the business. Merry Christmas and more power to you, Miss Anna Nangan. We'll be right back dito sa Dayo Buhay OFW. Dayo Buhay OFW would like to thank Welcome back to Dayo Buhay OFW. As the famous song goes, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Okay ba? Sorry.
Feel na feel.
Yeah. So, eto yung pinaka-wish natin mga Pilipino to experience white Christmas kasi wala namang snow dito sa Philippines.
Exactly. Have you had Christmas na may snow?
Not yet. Yeah,
Not
that's
yet.
one of my bucket list.
Oh, yeah.
How about
Ako
you?
din. Ako
Ikaw din?
Yeah, ako
Oo,
din.
sige.
Pero mas
Next
maganda
year.
kung may kasama tayo. Like, meron tayong partner na
Soon,
makakayakap.
may partner na tayo.
So, why are we talking about snow? Because our next guest for today is spending his Christmas in the US with his family. Let us all welcome Enrique Estante, or we can call him Eric. Hi, Eric. What time is it there now?
It's 8:30 na gabi. And my real name is Eric actually. It's only my Facebook name, Enrique. And thank you at hinayaan nyo kaming dumayo dito sa inyong show. Hi Kay and hi Joanne. Merry Christmas to both of you. And sa lahat ng kababayan natin dyan sa Pilipinas.
All right, welcome Eric. Joining us in our discussion is the agency who deployed Eric Estante, the president and co-founder of Health Carousel Philippines Incorporated, our co-director, the pretty, the sexy Miss Connie De la Cruz. Hi, Connie.
Hello, Joanne. Hello, Kay. Thank you so much for guesting us in Dayo, and thank you for your kind introduction.
Yeah, our pleasure, Director Connie De la Cruz. Yes, Connie, so tell us more about Health Carousel. How long has been Health Carousel operating as a placement agency?
All right. So Health Carousel, we started in 2001 actually, but we started as a scholarship company. But then after 2 years, in 2002, we thought of changing our business model. And that's the time that we started to recruit, process, and deploy nurses, physical therapists, and medical technologists. So for 18 years now, we have been doing this. And through our U.S. Principals Passport USA program, we help nurses, physical therapists, and medical technologists to live and work in the U.S. permanently, which gives them more and better opportunities to improve their life. So they are placed mostly in hospitals and some in long-term healthcare facility and skilled nursing facility.
Thank you for that, Connie. So Health Carousel Philippines Inc. sends out healthcare professionals exclusively to your partner Passport USA. Yeah, so how are you affected by the recent deployment ban on healthcare workers? Of course, the deployment ban has been lifted recently, but it was quite a long time. The ban was about 8 months, I think, right?
Yes. Well, fortunately, since our visa the visa that we use is immigrant, it's employment-based visa, but it's immigrant visa wherein when our workers arrive in the U.S., in 2 weeks' time, they will get their green card. And therefore, technically, our program is not affected by the deployment ban, which is very fortunate for us. However, during the pandemic, during the lockdown, the U.S. Embassy closed down also. So we had no embassy interviews, which somehow affected our deployment numbers.
All right. So lucky you. So they were not affected in the deployment of the healthcare workers. Yes. Oh, okay. So how does your partnership with Passport USA works?
Well, we are exclusively supplying them with nurses for their clients across the U.S. So what we do is we recruit for them and we process the nurses, the PTs and the MTs, and then we deploy them to different clients across the U.S. So that's how we work with them. And it's really a collaboration because you as the owner, as one of the owners of the agency, it takes a village, right, to deploy one worker. And we closely collaborate with our partner, the Passport USA program, whereby we share the same goals. We share the same objective, that is to ensure that our candidates, when they arrive in the U.S., will have a smooth transition and eventually they will have a successful life there.
So for those watching right now, Connie, can you briefly discuss how your company helps Filipinos empower and reach their dreams of, the American dream?
Yeah, what we offer to our candidates is hashtag American Dream, right? And American Dream for us really exists because American Dream really is having better and more opportunities for them to improve their lot in life, right? Especially for nurses. In the U.S., the career path for nurses is very promising. They can really climb the corporate ladder or the career path for nurses, wherein they have lots of choices to improve their life and to fulfill their professional goal. So with Passport USA, when our candidates sign our contract, we immediately give them the guidance in every step of the way. Over the years of offering this program, we were able to acquire this expertise and focus, and that enables us to really serve well our candidates. The U.S. immigration process is kind of complex, right? It's very long somehow. If we are to compare it with other markets, wherein nurses can go to, let's say, Saudi or UK in less than a year. But for nurses who would like to go to the U.S., it takes at least 2 years. And there are so many requirements for them to be able to get credentials. And therefore, with that complexities and with our expertise, we're able to guide our candidates in every step of the way. And through our focus and expertise on the process, we're able to give them um, um, guidance. And whenever there are some challenges during the process, we're able to address all of those. And at the end of the day, we will be able to deploy them to the US. So that's how we help our candidates. And during the process, since the process takes a minimum of 2 years, we keep them warm. So we have dedicated advisors to help them in their journey until they are deployed to the US. So we keep them warm. We make sure that wherever they are, we call them at least once a month. And if they need our help on passing, NCLEX, IELTS, and other requirements for US credentialing, we help them also. And before they are deployed, I personally meet with our candidates to give them orientation. And my role is to be life coach for them. So I give them some tips, reminders, so as to ensure their success in the US. So we are a team that's very dedicated to ensure the success of our candidates.
Very well said, Director Connie. Yeah, indeed, because every Filipino has a US dream, has an American dream, right? So even if it is a long, processing, but at least US pa rin, di ba? So how is Health Carousel different from other recruitment agencies in terms of you servicing your client?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Health Carousel operates differently somehow from a typical agency here in the Philippines because our focus is only on healthcare professionals and our focus is only US market. Unlike other agencies who would have or that would have different markets and they would deploy different professions. But Health Carousel, our focus is only US and our focus is only on healthcare professionals. So with that, we acquired the expertise on U.S. immigration processing, and with that, we are capable of providing our candidates the best candidates experience, so that while they are waiting for their deployment to the U.S., they will continue to serve either the Philippine healthcare delivery system, or if they would like to go to other countries while they wait for their deployment for US, we let them so. So with that, we continue to find ways on how we will serve better our candidates.
Okay, that's good to know, Connie. As you know, the Philippine economy was badly hit by this pandemic. And how do you think recruitment agencies such as Health Carousel can help with the nation's recovery, and likewise uplifting the Filipino healthcare professionals, their work, and giving them opportunities?
All right. So alam nating lahat na ang isa sa mga engine of our economic growth is the remittances from OFWs, right? And because of the Filipinos' inherent traits like being hardworking, resilient, and matiisin, humble, and talagang dedicated sa work nila, Filipinos are the most sought-after workers in the world. So during this health crisis, while millions of people lost their job, agencies like us can help the economy to bounce back by exploring and looking for more overseas job opportunity for Filipinos. Dapat we have to be creative as recruitment agencies to make sure that jobs will be available for Filipinos who would like to go abroad. But we cannot do it alone, right? These efforts should come hand in hand with our government, specifically with the POEA, because we need their support. And during this pandemic, when our economy has experienced slowdown, so one of the things that we can do for our country is to really give more opportunities for those Filipinos, especially those who lost their jobs. So we will be doing a great service to our country and to our fellow Filipinos if we will do our job continuously.
All right. And speaking of that, can you share your thought on ethical recruitment and how does your company observe this?
All right. So I'm very happy to share with you that Health Carousel Philippines has been certified as ethical recruitment agency by CGFNS, the Alliance for Ethical Recruitment Practices. It is a nonprofit organization in the U.S. So being certified by this organization, um, it would show that we have been very conscientious or mindful on whatever we do. We make sure that it's within the bounds of ethical recruitment practices. And as an agency, we know that we are sometimes put in bad light, right? While we hail OFWs are as modern day heroes, which is true naman, di ba? But sino yung mga taong nasa likod nun? Di ba ang mga recruitment agencies, ang mga tao sa recruitment agencies. And therefore, for us to be able to gain or to get the trust of our candidates, of our government, and other stakeholders of the industry, we need to make sure that everything that we do should be within the bounds of ethical recruitment practices. So our company is deeply rooted on that. We make sure that our team is aware of POEA rules, and from time to time, we recalibrate our processes to make sure that it is in compliance with the POEA rules and with the US rules. So that's how we regard ethical recruitment. It's our rallying cry as recruitment agency that in whatever we do, we need to make sure that everything is within the bounds of ethical recruitment.
Yeah, that's great, Connie. Our industry needs many of like your agency, no, who are practicing ethical recruitment. So, in the case of Eric Estante, how did Health Carousel fuel his desire to achieve his American dream?
Yeah, so at that time when we recruited Eric, that's the time that we always go from one city to another in the Philippines. And at that time when Eric applied to us, our program was different then, a scholarship, wherein we provide master's degree in nursing for Filipinos interested to study in the US. However, when our program changes, somehow Eric was affected by it, and therefore probably it's better for Eric because when we recruited Eric, we gave Eric the opportunity to live and work in the US permanently. Whereas in our original program, our candidates needed to go back to the Philippines because the visa that we used then was student visa. But for Eric, that was the time when we switched or transition to our new program, and Eric was given the immigrant visa. And just for a few weeks after Eric arrived in the US, he was able to obtain the green card.
Wow, galing naman.
That's good.
Very nice. Okay. Connie, before we will let you go, allow me to ask you this question. How long have you been a PASEI member? And what is your message to PASEI?
Sure, thank you, Joanne. So we have been a member of PASEI for more or less 10 years now. When my company became a member of PASEI, I realized how important it was to be a member of any association in our industry, much less PASEI, because PASEI is the biggest and the most reputable association in the industry. So through PASEI, I got to learn more about the industry updates, issues and concerns through PASEI's roundtable discussions, its FB page, and its website. And through PASEI, we get to broaden our network with other industry players and with government agencies, especially POEA and OWA. And with PASEI's Dayo, like this, the online, it used to be a magazine, right? But then we have to adapt to a new normal. So the platform has now changed to online, Dayo Magazine. And Dayo is a good platform to showcase the success stories of our OFWs, highlight the wonderful works of recruitment firms, and updates from the government, and of course, update the members of PASEI on the wonderful things that PASEI has been doing for its members and for the industry as a whole.
All right, very
Thank
well
you.
said. Proud to be a PASEI member and a
exactly.
director.
Thank you very much, Connie.
Thank you, Connie. Very well said. And eto naman tayo kay Eric. Eric, it's your turn. Okay, let me ask you this question before you will sleep. Okay, so Eric, naka-uniform pa si Eric. Hi, Eric. So Eric, why did you choose Health Carousel and how did you discover them? What made you decide to choose Health Carousel?
Okay, way back then, yung source mo of information was newspaper. So it was actually my wife who discovered that through the bulletin ad. And nakita niya doon, as I said, GSA recruiting nurses. So I was thinking it was suntok sa buwan. My wife applied for it. I don't have any idea what she was doing, and she handed me the papers. And then I just obliged to follow what she told me. I am a good husband, that's why. So yeah, and then long story short, the Health Carousel provided or paved the way, not for me but also for my family. And we had it not for the Health Carousel, yeah, I'm teary-eyed. Yeah, we will not be enjoying the kind of life that we are having right now. Miss Connie, I will be forever grateful to you and to the Health Carousel. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
That's very nice, Eric.
Nakakaiyak.
Nakakaiyak
Naiyak
ka.
na rin si Eric. Akala ko si Marica lang, si
Yeah.
Eric din pala.
So, kwento mo yung American dream mo. How did it go about? How did you start dreaming of moving and migrating to America with your family? Your family is with you, no? Your wife? You have children?
Yeah, I have four children. The eldest is 26. They're still with us. Yung babae, the only girl is 24. Followed by an 18-year-old and a 16. So America, our eldest sister is already here. I thought all the while that it's just only like an aspiration or like only a dream na makarating dito. But Health Carousel made that happen to me and to my family. Yeah, we were enjoying the life that we're enjoying right now, and I'm grateful also to God because without Him, you know, these things will not be possible.
Right, so Eric is very emotional now. I could see that. So Eric, now that your family is already in the USA, what is your plan? How do you want to celebrate your Christmas? Would it still be like a Filipino celebration? Or kahit nasa ibang country na kayo? Or you wanted it to be American celebration now?
Yeah, iba talaga yung Pasko sa Pilipinas, you know. Masaya kahit na sweet spaghetti lang nasa harap ng yung lamesa, at saka may coke, at saka may cake ka lang. The relationship, you know, the family to family, iiba. Dito, yeah, we still try to celebrate it the Filipino way. Before we always, you know, go out of the state, you know, discover some states and then enjoy the scenery. With this, yeah, and yeah, my wife said we are still going, but yeah, we are planning to go just out of the city right now. Because of this pandemic, and I'm glad that, you know, life here is relatively normal, except that we are only wearing masks. Everything is, you know, business establishments are open. Yeah, and again, I think we will be still, like, you know, preparing sweet spaghetti, and Coke will still be, you know, present at the table. And the only thing is, you know, the gift that we could afford giving gifts to to our children like before. Uh, it's just a greeting, but now it comes with something tangible.
Yeah, I can imagine how fun it is celebrating White Christmas in the States, no? And your kids, the snow.
Yes.
So kakanta ba kayo ng ano? I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Kwento mo, masaya, masaya. This is your ikailang White Christmas mo ba to?
7 years, 7.
7 years.
But,
Okay.
yeah, with the Texas weather, minsan na nag-snow dito. So we really have to go out and stay in Colorado with snow. My goodness, the first time na nag-snow dito, we really went out, and then feel those drop from heaven. Yeah.
Okay, so at least masaya, 'di ba? Pag nag-snow iba naman, no? Yeah. Your wife is with you. You may call your wife.
Amabelle Season. Hi! Nandyan ba ang wife
Hi,
mo?
Amabelle.
Hi.
Oh, you're also a healthcare practitioner.
okay.
Very pretty.
Hi, Amabelle.
Hello.
I'm Joanne, and this
And
is
I'm Kay.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, pinalo niya ako, nag-nurse na rin siya.
So, may you enjoy your white Christmas. But Eric, looking back, what was the happiest Christmas you've ever experienced in your whole life?
Oh, yeah, when we went to Colorado, nag-ski yung mga bata kahit na walang experience. Ako rin nakiki-ski, just to feel the snow. Yun ang pinakamasaya. And then, kasi sama-sama kami lagi, we always make, a time na we will celebrate together. So, yeah, ang saya ng Pasko dahil sa health carousel.
We've had Christmas back in the Philippines when we had nothing. So I could remember that because I would be walking in the mall and I'll be like looking at stuff and I couldn't even afford. And, it really hit me hard because supposedly, hindi kami dapat naghihirap. I prepared for our life. I graduated from the University of the Philippines, and you know how that feels, like you had nothing to give to your kids. And then here, sila, they're all spoiled with what they want. So it's really like a stark, comparison of what our lives were back in the Philippines. Of course, it's not just material stuff, pero dito we can afford to get PTOs wherein bayad pa rin yung aming vacations, and then we can get our children together and we can spend it like vacations na hindi namin kaya. We will never afford when we are like in the Philippines. Like we went on cruise, nakakapunta kami sa ibang states, we were able to go to Mexico. There's no way we can afford that back there. So really grateful for what Health Carousel has helped us through. And ang sabi ko nga kay Ma'am Connie, pinakamalaking happiness is like hindi sila naniningil ng utang na loob.
True.
So yun yung pinaka the best.
We paid nothing. They even paid for us during our stay for the review, just to let us pass the NCLEX. My goodness, we were receiving allowance. May free yung condominium namin. Wala kaming binayaran ng 5. Saan ka pa makakakita nun? Health Carousel yun.
Wow,
And
that's great. That's great.
Ethical business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy to hear that you guys are happy and established and very successful already in the States. So finally, I would na ask you both, what's your prayer for 2020 naman? And also, Happy New Year na rin sa inyo. Advance Happy New Year. What are your wishes for the coming year?
So Merry Christmas and advance Happy New Year. With this chaos all over the world, from Miss Universe na answer to world peace. But I truly mean it. Peace sa buong mundo, and with that peace, I know we will achieve joy. So, yun ang pinaka-wish ko sa lahat.
Yeah, just good health for us, especially sa amin ni Eric, as we also like serve our patients, and that through us we will be like a vessel of blessing sa mga ma-serve namin, and we will be like the kind of picture that people here would look at or look up to, na Filipinos are really good nurses, so that we carry our banner wherever we are. And hindi sila manghihinayang na they got us here and they welcome us as immigrants. Yun lang.
All right, thank you so much, Eric and Amabelle. Enjoy your Christmas there in the USA with your family. And as the famous song goes, okay, let us sing together. Have you heard the song of May your days be merry and bright? Naman! And may all your Christmases be bright. Ay, nako!
Nag-caroling ka kay Eric. Ako naman, magka-caroling kay Connie. Anyways, thank you, Connie, for making many Filipinos American dreams come true. Ang kanta ko naman is Thank You, Thank You. Ang mabait ninyo, thank you.
Padala na lang po ang inyong mga pamasko sa amin.
We'll be right back.
Dayo Buhay OFW would like to thank
Welcome back sa Dayo Buhay OFW. Ang unang dalawang kababayan na nakakwentuhan natin are very heartwarming. So after the white Christmas and after the blue Christmas, tara naman ngayon sa kwentuhang red Christmas. What do you mean by red? Ang red is a sign of excitement and adventure. So we'll be talking to a former OFW who is now spending his Christmas with his family in Davao.
I was born in Davao, Jay.
Oh.
So let us please welcome our ex-OFW turned entrepreneur, Rolly Real. Hi, Rolly. How are you?
Hi, Mom. I'm fine, good. And how are you too?
Welcome to our show. So, Rolly, you spent 11 years working overseas. Can you tell us more about your happy days and the joys of working overseas for 11 years?
Actually, I started working abroad since 2007. And then I used to go home every 11 months and 1 month vacation. But within 10 years time, never pa po ako naka-spend ng Christmas with my family. Okay, and then I'm used to it. Parang okay na sa akin na siguro isang dekada siguro na hindi ka nag-spend ng Christmas sa family mo. So parang nasanay ka na rin ng ganon. So hindi ka na naglolong ng ganon, set up na you'll be with your family, ganon. So, but this coming Christmas, maybe it will be more happier because I'll be with my family. Actually, with my son only, because my daughter now is in Taiwan. She's studying there, so I'll be spending time with my brother. My son and my staff here in the store only.
So this is the first time in 11 years that you're going to be spending Christmas with your family, tama ba? With your son, no? Tapos yung anak mo, yung daughter mo nasa Taiwan nag-aaral.
Opo. So hindi rin kami kompleto.
So anong plano nyo for this Christmas? Anong plano nyo? Like, this the first time, di ba? Anong plano mo? How are you going to celebrate?
Actually, I don't have plan much about this Christmas. Just only simple celebration as usual. Okay, kahit pa naman kasi dati, hindi ko ni-spoil yung family ko na ganoon sobra-sobrang preparation. So, kahit may pera o wala, normal lang celebration namin kasi hindi sa akin kasi actually hindi big deal sa akin yung Christmas eh. Or even my birthday, I never celebrated my birthday since then. So, ano lang, pag OFW ka kasi, kagaya sa akin, nagiging entrepreneur na ngayon, I am more thrifty. Yung pera ko, sinisave ko talaga for future. Not only for myself, but for my kids, of course. For the future of my kids. Kasi ako, palipas na ako, mga anak ko, pa ganun pa lang. So, sinanay ko ang pamilya ko na magiging, normal na pamumuhay, ganun. Tsaka yung Christmas this year, actually, we used to eat good food, di ba, in a daily lives natin. Kung anong nakakain natin sa Christmas, nakakain din natin sa pang-araw-araw. So, it's not a big deal for me.
Okay, so you spent 11 years abroad. Mostly, you mentioned that all Christmases, nasa abroad ka, di ba? May mga countries that you've been to or you've worked in that they don't celebrate Christmas. So this is your first time celebrating with your family here in Davao. So anong plans mo? What are your plans to celebrate? Pandemic pa.
Yun na po. So hindi tayo makaka-spend ng bonggang Christmas celebration. So sa bahay lang din, along with my staff dito sa bahay, tapos anak kong isa. Kami lang po. Tapos maybe I'll be with my sister's family also just behind my house. So, ganun lang po kasimple lang celebration. Saka busy po kasi kahit Christmas, nag-ooperate po ang aming water refilling station. And the more siguro magto 24 hours kami kasi ang mga tao niyan gising, so they used to drink water. They need water actually. So, and mayroon kaming papakalo pa lang ba ngayong December 25. May pakulo ko dito na may raffle kami sa mga buyers namin, ganon, mga dealers, ganon. Ayun. So mamimigay kami ng isang sakong bigas. So a lot of surprises will happen on December 25. Yun lang po ang ang pinaka big event na mangyari ngayong Pasko.
Now, you mentioned that you spent the last 11 years in Qatar, in Bahrain, and in Eritrea, di ba? Dun sa mga lugar na yon, kamusta naman ang Christmas o ang New Year? Kamusta ang nila? And how did you spend your time during those days?
Sa amin kasi we are mostly within 11 years time. Nasa kami, nasa Middle Eastern countries. So hindi nagse-celebrate ang mga doon, ang mga bansang iyon ng Christmas because they don't believe Christ. Okay? And then sa compound lang namin, doon lang ang celebration. Pero limited din kasi alam mo na, may mga kapitbahay na mga Muslim people, so we cannot celebrate much. Ganun lang. So, nasanay na rin sila ganun. Ganun lang yung Christmas talaga. Normal ang celebration lang talaga ang Christmas. So, hanggang ngayon, na-apply ko rin din dito sa Pilipinas, lalo na ngayong pandemic. So, hindi tayo makagalaw ng mabuti kasi limitado yung galaw natin. May mga social distancing, hindi natin ma-invite yung mga friends natin. Yung gano'n. So, for the moment siguro, ngayong Christmas na to, I'll make it more simpler siguro. As long as I'll be with my immediate family. Gano'n. So, happy na po ko doon.
Meron ka palang sinabi kanina na meron kang water refilling station. You always talked about your staff, spending Christmas with your staff. So, pwede mo ikwento sa amin kung paano yung naging transition mo mula OFW tapos umuwi ka at nag-set up ng negosyo? Paano ka nag-decide at anong diferensya ng pamumuhay mo?
Actually, sure, dati nung wala pa akong business, so I used to stay in the house, gano'n, tapos parang wala pa akong mga kapitbahay, wala akong nakilalang kapitbahay kasi uwi lang ako every 6 months dito, tapos aalis na naman after 2 weeks, yung gano'n. So, parang hindi ko kailangan ng kapitbahay ko. Ngayon, ako, so since nagkaroon ng pandemic, so I was thinking, kung lagi ako maglalabas ng pera, araw-araw, wala akong income, paano yung maging future ko pag naubos yun? And we we cannot even anticipate when will this pandemic end, no? So I have my friend from Manila suggested that why don't you have a business like water refilling station, something like that. Then I will help you on this, I mean, ganon. So last January, I supposed to establish this business. So, but unfortunately, when I went to Surigao del Sur to visit my sisters there, we were trapped for 4 months. Na-lockdown kami doon. So we arrived there 12 of March, and then on the 15th of March, Davao City declaring lockdown. So yung 4 days na damit namin na expensa na doon, nagiging 4 months yun. So nakabalik kami dito last July 11 na. So that's the time we started this business. So I was thinking, kahit pandemic to, ipopurso ko na to kasi that time kasi ang una kasing business actually na iniisip ko, money lending. So I was thinking, kung money lending, ang mga tao na lockdown, wala nang hanap buhay, so paano sila makakabayad? So I decided to go with water refilling station because this is prime necessity sa tapos yung pag tubig kasi kahit may lockdown pa diyan o may barikada diyan, pinapapasok ka kasi ito pinaka-essential talaga ng mga tao. Ayun. So pero ngayon sir, sobrang hectic schedule kasi sobrang talaga. Actually sa business plan ko na ginawa, I was expecting to have sales for daily sales of 50 gallons only. Then, thanks God really, na nagiging 200 gallons per day. Ganon, within the period of, 1 month pa lang yun, yung ganon. So, na over, yung expectation ko na 50 gallons. So, dahil diyan, nagiging hectic yung schedule ko talaga. I used to sleep only 5 hours a day, yung gano'n. So, sanay naman tayo sa OFW na masyadong hectic schedule din, but we have time to sleep for 8 hours. Ngayon, naging entrepreneur na tayo, a lot of adjustment talaga. Na paglabas ko, binabati ko rin ang kapitbahay ko, kasi I was thinking, they will be my, potential customer, yung gano'n. So, ayun, marami na, nagiging malawak na yung ko. Yung aking understanding about sa pakikipagkapwa-tao, gano'n, napaka-broad na siya, yung gano'n. Within 3 months time na pag-business ko ng ganito, na-develop naman agad. Ayun, yan po ang kaibahan nung nag-OFW pa ako, tsaka ngayon na nagiging entrepreneur na. So, I'm more good to them, more generous to them, more approachable to them, yung ganon. Ganon lang.
So that's great to know, Lee, that your business right now is doing good. So how did you decide to move back to the Philippines and start your business at mag-end na yung pagiging OFW mo for 11 years that you've been working abroad?
Actually, I still have in my mind to go back to other country if ever I have some opportunities, ganon. Kasi kung may tao akong mapagkatiwalaan dito sa Pilipinas, ganon, so I would rather stay abroad kasi alam mo bakit, hindi kasi ako presyurado sa ibang bansa So isipin ko, yung kinikita kong medyo okay naman sa ibang bansa is kikitain ko doon kung nandoon ako. At the same time, may kita ko sa Pilipinas. So, magiging doble yung yung magiging kita ko. So, for the moment talaga, ngayon, ini-enjoy ko yung life ko dito sa Pilipinas due to pandemic na wala pa akong chance maka-alis ulit. So, ayun. Yun lang muna ko ngayon. So, I'm not closing my mind for my heart na hindi na ako mag-abroad. So, for the meantime, I'm just was into the situation. I just go with the flow. Okay naman yung kita ng malakas, God's will. And ayun, but if given a chance to stay here in the Philippines, why not? It's nice to stay here in the Philippines. But only one thing is the pressure where I cannot sleep well at night because of a lot of works. I used to sleep at 12 or sometimes 1 a.m. and woke up at 5 a.m., something like that. Yung ganun. But I'm happy, but I'm happy.
It's the pressure of starting out a business. So basically, ang inaano mo is you're starting this business but parang ang hinahabol mo is magkaroon ka ng negosyo rito na umaandar at makabalik sa abroad. Yun yung pinaka-ideal na sitwasyon para sa'yo.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. But for the meantime, I'll focus with my business kasi okay rin naman yung ano niya. Pero maganda na yung dobleng kita mo. As long as may mga pagkatiwalaan ka. Pero kung wala kang mapagkatiwalaan sa business, huwag ka na mag-abroad. Yung ganun. Kasi ang business kasi pag pinagkatiwala mo sa iba na you're not even sure kung kaya nilang i-duplicate yung ano mo, yung capacity mo. So, dumito ka na lang, yung gano'n. That's what I'm thinking. So, for the meantime, dito muna sa Pilipinas. Yung gano'n.
Sounds like a good plan, Lee. Yung mga plans mo, very, forward-looking. So, you do your business here and make some money here, and at the same time, you open yourself still to working overseas. So ano naman ma-advise mo sa mga fellow OFWs natin na working overseas that they cannot spend time with their families on Christmas? Especially during this time na may pandemic.
Actually, sa mga OFW, my fellow OFW, ano naman, is a matter of ano lang naman, adjustment lang talaga. Okay? So, siguro first and second year natin sa ibang bansa, masabi natin napakalungkot. Sa kagaya ko na I've been working abroad more than a decade, parang ano lang, or siguro napaka-practical ko lang siguro. Sobrang siguro practical na what's in my mind na I want to go abroad because of money for to have a good standard of living sa family ko. So, doon ako nag-focus eh. I don't care about my birthday. I don't care about any occasion, something like that. Yun lang. Kasi nga, I'm more practical. Sa mga kababayan ko na hindi masyado practical, especially those neophytes, okay, who's been in abroad for 1 or 2 years, ano lang, just keep on praying and then keep on communicating with your family, with your siblings, something like that, with your kids. Kasi para kahit na Pasko doon, Pasko sa dito sa Pilipinas, pero parang magkasama pa rin kayo, especially during kainan, sabay kayo mag-video call habang kumakain, something like that. Keep on communicating with your family para maibsan yung lungkot, yung ganon. And adjustment and prayers din, ganon. Tapos isipin natin lagi na bakit tayo nag-abroad? Nag-abroad tayo para kumita, di ba? Yun lang pinaka-prime purpose talaga. Kung bakit tayo nag-abroad. Yun lang. Pag na-achieve mo na lahat, may savings ka na, pag-uwi mo sa Pilipinas in couple of years, makapag-spend ka ng Christmas din sa family mo eh. So, ganun lang. Taste lang talaga. Yun And one advice also for other OFWs, bear in mind and inculcate in our minds that the accounting equation that I have in my mind that income less savings equals expenses. Yun lang talaga. Iwasan mo na yung mga gadgets niyan, yung ganon, yung kahit anong, yung yung gadgets, yung gala dito, ganon kasi meron pa namang sahod sa next month. Hindi. Every month, kung kikita ka ng 100,000, at least 15% or 20% savings talaga yan. And the rest nun, yun yung yun ang gastos mo.
Napaka-practical. Talagang negosyante ka nga, sir.
So thank you very much, Lee, and good luck to your business. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you too.
Thank you very much. At babalik po kami dito sa Dayo Buhay OFW.
Dayo Buhay OFW would like to thank
Alam nyo, bilib naman ako ron, Kelly. Grabe, napaka-practical niya. Biro mo, 2 years, nakapagpatayo siya ng bahay. Tapos ngayon,
May business.
may business na siya. Tapos, ano tawag dito? Iniisip pa rin niyang bumalik kasi gusto niya, may business, tsaka nagtatrabaho pa sa OFW. Talagang very practical. Very, ano yun sabi niya? Income minus savings equals expenses.
Wow.
Diba?
Ganyan naman talaga ang mindset pag OFW, di ba? Ako naman, I was very touched dun sa na-interview natin kanina na si Marica. Kasi you could see that she is really sad, you know, and she agreed to be deployed before Christmas, days before Christmas, because she's doing this for her son and for her family, you know, because she really have to save for the future. And she doesn't want to lose this opportunity, Sir Jay. Days before Christmas, pumayag
siya magpa-deploy.
Yes, hindi
Pero-
man lang siya
Pero nakakatawa, no? I mean, I was very happy that we were able to give her a surprise.
Yeah, that's nice. That was nice. That was nice. Ako naman, I was very happy to hear about the life of Eric and his wife and spending Christmas in America and fulfilling their American dream. I'm very happy to learn about the change in their lives, how they are now very successful and making good money in the States.
White Christmas?
Christmas.
Ilang White Christmas?
7 years.
7 years.
7 years. Alam mo, sabi ni Direk, isang beses pa lang raw siya nag-White Christmas, ayaw na niya ulitin.
Kasi wala siya
Ay, ikaw ba nakapag-White Christmas ka na ba?
Nakapag-White Christmas na ako.
Wow,
Depende kung
lucky
saan.
you.
Kung
Eh
saan
kami
mo siya-
kanina, we were talking about
Yes,
looking
hindi pa kami
forward.
nakapag-White
Yeah.
Christmas eh. So, we're looking forward to that. I really want to spend White Christmas, especially with my son.
Yan.
Diba? Madrama ako eh. Oo. Alright, so paalala lang po, please be mindful with your health, with our health protocols. And in spite of that, we can still enjoy.
And yes, let's be very extra careful. Alam nyo, maraming bawal. But even with the mask requirements, with social distancing, we can still get together with family, virtually or otherwise. Just keep your social distancing.
And our weekly Christmas gift to you is this show where we get to speak to people and industry leaders and talk about their insights and the latest happenings in the industry. Our show airs every Thursdays, and you can also watch previous episodes through our Facebook page and PASEI website, www.pasei.com, and likewise in YouTube. Ito po ang inyong kaisa,
Kapartner,
At kapasay. At ito po ang
Dayo Buhay OFW.